It's no more of that 12-bar ditty, wave your hair in the breeze, platform boots, flap your flare nonsense.
Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn, and today is officially the launch day for Bloomburrow. Finally. Now, I did save my favorite deck from early access to put up specifically on launch day for you guys to check out. This deck is insane, and I can't wait to craft it today and start tearing up the ranked ladder. This one is called Johnny Rotten. And the idea here is we're taking the core of the Nurturing Pixie 𝑇𝑒𝑟𝑟𝑎𝑛𝑐𝑒 deck that kind of saw some play the last few weeks, and we're modifying it with new cards. There's a brand new class that supports discard that works really well with the Nurturing Pixie synergies and what it's trying to do already. We're trying to just discard everything in our opponent's hand while going wide with a whole bunch of permanents that we can return with the Pixie if we get the Pixie, and recast them to get even more card advantage. But we have two new cards, one of them being a class that lets us get even more discard on ETB and then a ton of value later on, and the other one being the one and only, the infamous Rottenmouth Viper. This might be my favorite card in the set, and it is perfect for this deck because after we're wide with all of our permanents, after we do all of our Pixie bounce shenanigans, now we just have a bunch of stuff sitting on the battlefield that doesn't need to be there, and all of a sudden the Viper can come down for just 1 mana by sacking all of those inconsequential enchantments and just absolutely devastate our opponents. So I'm going to shut up and we're going to break down the deck and get right to the games because this one is wild. Before we do, make sure you like the video if you haven't already. It's you guys liking every video that has helped this channel to grow. We're way past 10K subscribers, well on our way to 11. Let's get to 20, guys. I'm ready to do it. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an upload. We have tons of deck techs coming. I've got one ready to drop every single day, and now even more are going to be coming now that the set is officially launched on Arena. So lots of crazy stuff to get into. Make sure you subscribe. Also, catch me live Monday through Friday on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/quarantinedcapricorn, because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming, and I will be today if you're seeing this the day it goes up, because it is the launch day for Bloomburrow. I'm going to do a marathon stream all day. Come on over, check out the games. We're going to have some fun. Let's break down the deck. Alright, so this might be my favorite deck out of early access, and the idea here is we're going back to sort of like a Pixie deck. It's a discard deck, very, very focused on discard, but we have a couple new key cards that make it just really, really crazy. So the first is Bandit's Talent. For 2 mana, it enters the battlefield as an enchantment class, and our opponent has to discard 2 cards unless they discard a non-land. So basically, they have to discard a non-land card, unless they don't mind discarding 2 lands, in which case it's kind of a win-win for us. But then it does more. For 1 mana, we level it up to level 2. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, they lose 2 life. So it's also kind of a win condition for a deck that's making sure to empty out the opponent's hand super fast. But then on level 3, by paying 1 black and 3 to get to level 3, at the beginning of every draw step, we get to draw an additional card for each opponent who has 1 or fewer cards in hand. Now obviously that would be better in multiplayer, but even in one-on-one, getting to draw 2 cards a turn instead of 1, while also draining them for 2 at the beginning of their upkeep with just 1 card is kind of nuts. But what really makes this even better is the fact that it's a permanent, right? And just like all the other stuff that we use with Pixie, it's a permanent that comes onto the battlefield. We can return to our hand to recast and get more value, or we can use as sacrifice fodder for our other new card, Rottenmouth Viper, which is just insane. Every card in this deck comes down as a permanent and then gets us value by making our opponent discard or sacrifice things or whatever the case may be. Rottenmouth Viper then allows us to sacrifice those permanents that already did their job, and each one's going to reduce the cost of the Viper by 1. So by sacrificing 5 permanents that we already, played and got the value out of, that we don't need, we can just play the Rottenmouth Viper for just 1 mana. Comes in as a 6/6, gets a blight counter right away, tells our opponent they have to lose 4 life or discard or sacrifice. And by the time this comes down, they usually have no hand left, and they weren't able to play too many things to the board because we made them discard before they could get enough stuff out. So sacrificing something's going to be really, really hard for them because they're sacrificing one of the only things they have. So most times they're just going to have to take the damage, and then we're sitting here with a 6/6. And since we made them discard most of their hand, they don't have any removal left to kill the Viper, which means it actually survives most of the time, and then it can just start attacking. And every turn that it attacks, not only does it trigger that ability again, but it also gets an additional blight counter. So when it swings in, it's going to trigger the ability twice the first time it swings in. They're going to have to lose a total of 8 life unless they sack 2 things or discard 2 things. And then the next time it swings in, it's going to be 3 or 12 life. It's absolutely bananas. The fact that we can get this out super cheap for just 1 mana by sacrificing all of these permanents that already did their job and get it onto a board while our opponent has no cards in hand to deal with it is absolutely bananas, and I love it. So we can sacrifice the Bandit's talent to the Viper if we need to, or we can just keep it on the field and drain them for 2 every turn, draw an extra card every turn, and use this as a win condition as well. Now let's talk about the deck as a whole. Let's start at the bottom of the curve. We have 4 Hopeless Nightmare and 4 Tinybones Joins Up. Both of them come down for just 1 mana, make our opponent discard, and give us a permanent that can be sacrificed to the Rottenmouth Viper, or used for other stuff, like returning to our hand with Nurturing Pixie for 1 mana, turning it into a 2/2 flyer, and letting us recast the 1 mana spell to make them discard again. And in the case of Hopeless Nightmare, we also make them lose 2 life every time we cast it. And Tinybones Joins Up is going to make them lose a life if it's on the battlefield every time we play a legendary creature. We don't have a ton of legendary creatures, but we do have some, so that extra damage can make the difference. And the most notable one here is one of our 2-drop slots, the Raven Man. Comes down for 2 mana. It'll trigger the Tinybones Joins Up if it's down. And then as long as it's out, whenever anyone discards, we get to make a 1/1 Blackbird creature token at the end of our turn. So all of the discarding we're making our opponent do is going to trigger that. But there's also some ways in which we're going to be discarding ourselves, which will also trigger the Raven Man, such as Liliana. 3 copies of Liliana, because it is legendary. 3 mana, comes down, either makes them sack a creature if we need to control the board state, or both players discard a card. And it's another way to just keep their hand empty, which can get really, really crazy. Now, another way to make our opponent sacrifice creatures outside of Liliana is also 4 copies of Tithing Blade. This enters the battlefield, makes our opponent sacrifice, and then again, this is another permanent that just sits on the battlefield, waiting to either be reused by bringing it back to our hand with the Pixie, or sacrificed to the Viper to create some crazy, crazy value and win the game. So Tithing Blade is awesome. It's also worth noting we can craft with creature for 5 mana and turn it into an artifact that just drains for 1 at the beginning of our upkeep every turn. And sometimes it's easy to do that just by, crafting it with just a bird token that the Raven Man made, which is really nice. But we've also got 1 Zoraline Cosmos Caller. This is a 3/3 flying vigilance for 3, and when it enters the battlefield, you can pay 2 mana and 2 life, and take a 3-drop, something that costs 3 or less, any permanent, I believe, that costs 3 or less, from the graveyard, and just smash it right back onto the battlefield. So of course this is good for getting back, some of our Tithing Blades, or Hopeless Nightmares, Tinybones Joins Up, or Raven Mans, or whatever we might have sacrificed to like a Rottenmouth Viper. We can get it back. It's also good at getting some of those things back after our opponent uses removal on them. But another thing that Zoraline is really, really good for is if we have Liliana down to 2 loyalty, we can just -2 to make our opponent sack a creature. And then we can either play Zoraline and pay the extra 2, or attack with Zoraline to trigger her and pay the extra 2. And either way, put Liliana right back on the battlefield so that we can use her ability a second time, which can get really, really crazy. And then in addition to all of that, we're running 4 Hostile Investigators, which is kind of perfect in this deck, because not only does it come down as a relevant creature threat that can help us close out the game, it makes our opponent discard a card, which means that even if they do have a card left in their hand, it's going to be gone. But whenever one or more players discard one or more cards, we get to investigate. So we make a clue token, and we can either use that to draw more cards and gas up, or we can also use that as another permanent to sacrifice to the Rottenmouth Viper. So it's super easy to go wide with a whole bunch of things we don't mind sacking, whether it's the Tithing Blades, the 1 mana enchantments that discard, all of that stuff. We can sacrifice that stuff to the Viper, or we can sacrifice the bird tokens that the Raven Man makes, or we can sacrifice the clue tokens that the Hostile Investigator makes, and everything just layers synergy on top of synergy and adds up to a colossal Rottenmouth Viper at some point. The last card I want to talk about, 2 Harvester of Misery. And this is a card I'd consider putting more in, but I think everything else in the deck right now deserves the slot more. But this is a nice little card where we can pay 2 mana and discard it to kill something. It's some nice early removal, but it's removal with a little bit of upside in this deck, because if we discard it to give something -2/-2, it's going to make Raven Man trigger and give us a bird. It's going to make Hostile Investigator trigger and give us a clue token. So we get a little bit more value out of this, and then sometimes on the right board state, we can just play it as a 5/4 menace creature for 5. That will come down and wipe out the opponent's board. So if we're up against a go wide token deck or something like that, and we can just stay alive until we get to 5 mana, we can just clear up the board completely with the Harvester, and then our opponent can almost never recover at that point. So there's just a ton of synergy stacked on top of synergy, and the addition of Rottenmouth Viper and Bandit's Talent just make this deck absolutely insane. I love it. It's probably my favorite deck from early access. The mana base is very, very tricky because of rotation. We lose some of the dual lands we'd like to use. So we're running 1 Plains, 10 Swamp, just 1 Fabled Passage that can search up one of those basics. And then we're also running 4 Caves of Koilos, 4 Concealed Courtyard, just 1 Restless Fortress, 1 Mirrex that can make us some tokens that we might want to sack to Rottenmouth Viper, and 1 Thran Portal as just kind of like an extra Orzhov dual land in a way. We don't want to run more than 1 because after turn 3 it comes onto the battlefield tapped, and we don't want to take too much pain and that sort of thing. But I think 1, just to have that little bit of extra upside, that little bit of extra mana fixing, is worth running. And that's the deck. It's important that we try to keep the lands from entering the battlefield tapped, because we definitely want to play our 1-drop plays, and we don't ever want a turn where we can't use all of our mana to play out everything and be as ahead tempo-wise as possible just because we had to play a land tapped. It is worth playing the Restless Fortress as just a 1-of, I think, because it does add some value to the board if we get that 1 creature. We don't ever really want to see a second copy of these, because we're never going to be in a situation where we can activate both and swing in both. But just 1, I think, is worth it. I'm in love with the Rottenmouth Viper. I can't wait to brew with it more. But for now, this is the deck. It's awesome. Let's check out the games. Alright, I'm going to keep 7. We're up against Hamhawks, who's apparently back at it. We're going to start with a Hopeless Nightmare. Goodbye, Ellis. Goodbye, Norma Jean. Alright. We're just going to play the Raven Man, because reasons. Replay. Discard. No tax. Make a bird. Here we go, baby. I am the Viper. I come to wipe your windows. I am the Viper. I come to wipe your windows. I am the Viper. I come to wipe your windows. I said I am the Viper. I come to wipe your windows. Do it. Do it, old maid. Alright, we swing with everything. Then we play you. No, Hamhocks! Want a Viper? Sure, this looks fine. Start with a courtyard. Get out of here. If he plays a creature, we play the Swamp and the Tithing Blade. If he doesn't, we play the Passage and the Hopeless Nightmare. Oh, there it is. There it is. Get out of here. Pawn profit. Pawn store profit. Get out of here, pawn profit.
One of your friends has to leave.
Lifeline negotiator. Another one, huh? Dish card. We will uptick, discard Fabled Passage. Wanted to cast it, but I think it's more important we hold on to Lily. He probably has to attack to kill Lily, and that's fine.
I'll be back with friends.
Paw Patch formation.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Nice. Gets rid of the 3/3. There's another Elder. Lily dies again.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Alright, we're going to level up Bandit's talent. So he'll take 2. I think he is going to win the race, but we might be able to get there. With a little bit of luck. Well, he does have to bounce, right? So it might not be completely awful. Roll Ficticio. Can we get there? Can we build it? Yes, we can. Uh-oh. We need to start drawing cards. Big time. Big time drawing cards. Bounce some things. Bounce all the things. Alright. That works pretty well for us. Swings for 4. White collar. Breath Elder. Well, we'll go Nurturing Pixie. Tithing Blade. And then we'll also Hopeless Nightmare, just to make him lose 2. He loses 2 more to the Bandit's talent. Has to bounce a dude. He's got a 5/5. That's fine. No blocks. We go to 8. But we're drawing 2 cards a turn. Doing 2 damage automatically plus the Pixie. Planes, please. Alright, draw an extra card. 2 Tinybones Joins Up. Come on. Come on. Oopsie. Thought we had something in the yard, but we do not. I don't think we can get rid of our blocker. Pass a turn. We're gonna sack a Hopeless Nightmare to scry 2. Hey, what's up, Grixis? Welcome back to the stream. We'll go to 2. Valley Might Caller. Okay, we're gonna sack this and scry 2. That's pretty good. Rottenmouth Viper. One, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Do a whole bunch of scrying, get rid of the swamps. Ravenman, Tinybones Joins Up. I don't think those are quite good enough. Alright, he loses 4 life unless he sacks something. Eh? Pass the turn? Pass the turn. He loses 2. Misbreath Elder triggers. Goes up to an 8/8. We do have Harvester of Misery. They trade. I keep my Pixie. And I think I use my Pixie to win. Oh, no, it's going to use hard-hitting question. So I'll draw. Dude, this is getting real close. Real close. Pass a turn. Goes to 2. We're both at 2. Have to block. They trade. Raven Man. I'm gonna make myself discard so that I can make a bird. Not that it matters. The bandit's talent kills him. Oh god, that was close. That was so close. Very slow hand. Wow. I'll try it though. He loves that psychic frog. Bandit's talent. Alright, Sun Shower Druid. He's really going for it. I think we gotta do it like this. Oh, you can only sacrifice an artifact or creature to the Duskroad's Reliquary. That changes things, I guess. Although I gotta say, the deck seems to be working. Three-Tree Scribe. Swings with a 5/5, no blocks. Go to 4. I guess this. Eat this guy. And I don't think we play the Viper. I think we need to keep up the ability to trade the Hostile Investigator. And we have to. Alright, Tinybones joins up. Make him discard. And then we go, I guess, Rottenmouth Viper. Six, sack something, or lose 4. Probably sacks the Sun Shower Druid. No, he's gonna take 4. We'll just swing, I guess. Does mean we might have to just chump block the 3-tree Scarab. But I mean, the Viper's too good to not swing, you know? Man, I really like this Viper. This deck's actually really good. I don't think we use the Dusk Rose Reliquary. We need something that can sacrifice enchantments. And he scoops. Viper gets him. Alright. This looks pretty good. We'll keep it. Hello, Denji MTG. Haha, nice. Alright. Courtyard. Tinybones joins up. Get out of here. Alright, Courtyard. Raven Man. Ping the dude. Deep Cavern Bat. Has to take the Tithing Blade, right? Almost definitely. Doesn't take the Tithing Blade. This man's an absolute banana hammock. I guess we just do this, right? And then we'll pick up the Tinybones. Swing 2. Keep carrying that again. Oh god. Okay. Well, we'll start with this. I guess we upgrade you. We play out you. And then we swing and make a bird. That seems fine. That's awesome, Foozy. I'm glad to hear it. Alright. We've got a Rottenmouth Viper. But do we actually even want to cast it? I don't think we do. I think we want more birdies. That's what I think. Swing. We could sack our whole board to play a Viper. But that seems bad to me. Let's end the turn. We'll sack some of these birds to the Viper next turn, probably. Alright, Raven Man's toast. But we got some value off of it. Sack something. Yes. One, two, three, 4. Rottenmouth Viper, baby. Take it. Take it all. Okay. Mana value 3 or less. Rottenmouth Viper is so good. It's just so good. Another really slow start. This time we're on the go though. We're in a mulligan. We're gonna keep this one. Put back the expensive thing. Alright. Courtyard, Hopeless Nightmare. Paw Patch Recruit. Bandit's Talent. Oh, man. Allergies. Allergies are a bummer, bro. Pixie. Nightmare. Nightmare. Level up. That's actually awesome. Alright, we take 5. Damn mentor. Make him discard. No attacks. Take 4. Not quite as fast as his clock, but it's something, man. Take 5. Get rid of that card. For what it's worth. Take 4. Moment of truth. What did he draw? All he needs is a creature. Or buff. We go to 1. Okay. How do we do this? Don't think we can, right? I think he wins. So close, bro. So close. If he didn't destroy that thing, he would have been toast. 1-1. Holy crap. Good God. That's hilarious. Tried to reanimate his skitter. This deck is fucking awesome, though. I'm gonna build this. Probably one of my first decks on launch day. Two hours and 15 minutes left. We're up against Saffron. Damn it. I'm giving away my idea to him. That means this needs to be the next deck tech to go up. I will keep it. I don't love that we got our only Restless Fortress. And we're going to be a bit behind, but is what it is. Alright. Definitely best to play the Bandit's Talent first, because there's a chance he discards 2 lands. Concealed Courtyard. We'll go with Tinybones Joins Up. Nurturing Pixie. And Tinybones Joins Up. Cracking the clue. In case what he draws is his worst card, so we can sack it. Or discard it, rather. Alright. Discard to get lost. Not bad. Old Tech Matter Weaver. Sure. Swamp. I think we probably hold on to the Harvester for next turn. Make him sack something. Swing 2. Go ahead, play out your hand. Do it! We'll sweep it up with the Harvester. Alright, maybe we can't sweep that up. That might be a bit much. We can kill the 1/1 and get a big board down, but the Pixie's gonna die as well. Craft with creature. We need to draw cards really bad. So we're just going to do this. Try to hang on for dear life. Another Old Tech Matter Weaver. Hit for 6, we go to 11. Damn, man, we can't catch a break. Definitely have to do this. Get rid of all of his tokens. That's fine. He loses life. Can't swing with his Matter Weavers anymore. Takes 2 from the Bandit's town. Well, not yet, but he should be. Soon enough. And we can also craft the Tithing Blade with the Nurturing Pixie if we're still out of gas. Which is pretty cool. No, I mean after we draw. If we're still out of gas after we draw. It's a lot of 1/1s. No blocks. Day late and $1 short. Get rid of that card. Get rid of it. I don't want it. I don't think we can afford to Tithing Blade. I think we have to use Fortress as a blocker. Pass turn. Alright, They lose 2. If they play anything, we get to draw. Well, now they can just sack the clue token. Only the 4/4. Why didn't he just attack all? Why did he select them all individually? That's bizarre. But he has just enough, I think. Do we go to 1? Yeah, we go to 1. Draw an extra card. We don't have the life. Oh, we don't have the life for the Zoraline trigger. If we attack with the fortress, we do, but that's doesn't leave us enough mana. God. Bro.
Let's rock!
Bro. It's not quite gonna get there, man. Ping for 1. You can't spend the life. Ugh, that's annoying. That is annoying, bro. Takes 2, goes to 5. That was so close. Problem is we flooded out. Like, look how many lands he has in comparison to lands we have. Now imagine if instead of half of those lands, we had that much more gas, like he did. It would have been over, bro. Why not? Alright, I'll keep 7. Swamp, Tinybones Joins Up. Discard. See what we got. 1 damage from a freebooter. Play a Scrap Gorger. Alright. We're gonna jam another swamp. And I guess we play Bandit's Talent. He has to discard a non-land. Or 2 lands. He didn't have to discard the land. Alright, Thran Portal for white. I guess we get rid of the last card in his hand. And we Tithing Blade. Which, I mean, he's just gonna sack the freebooter. But we gotta make him sack it sometime, and it is 1 less damage we're gonna take. Next turn we get to play Lily and level up to level 2, which isn't bad. Fabled Passage. We are going to find a black source. We are going to play Liliana and make you sack something.
With the mysteries. I've come.
And then you're gonna have to kill Lily, I think. We're gonna level up to level 2. Alright.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Not bad. We got another Lily chillin'. We got another Lily just chillin'. Smuggler's Surprise. Okay, he's looking for cards. That's fine. Vraska and a land. I got a plan. Alright, mill and ping. Play the Lily. We are not going to down tick. Instead, we are going to up tick. Which makes Lily safe from the Vine Lasher and gives us a bird. And gets rid of the Vraska. And he top decks another Vraska. Awesome. I mean, I'll trade with the Vine Lasher, that's fine. He gets a Raven Man? Kind of forgot about that, to be honest. Alright, let's kill the Vraska.
One of your friends has to leave.
And, ping for 1. And then, we'll turn on level 3 of Bandit's Talent. Try to start drawing some cards. Glissa. Sure. Soraline. Soraline. We'll go like this.
Waste of my time. No fun when. Haven't you?
Oh, we don't have the other white
personal
source.
space?
I mean, we're still doing it, right? Ping for 1. Swing. Alright. Lose 2, you're down to 6. Fabled Passage. Draw some cards, a bunch of swamps. Swing. And we'll auto pay. Use it to bring back a Lily.
Enough with the mysteries.
And then we will...
For answers.
I don't know. I guess we'll do this. End the turn. Alright, the Bandit's Talent took him out. This is okay, I guess. We'll keep it. We'll start with a passage. Pass the turn. We're gonna fetch a Plains. Striker, yours look like a draft deck. I got really confused. Alright, we're gonna play Bandit's Talent. And Finn alone? What do you think, asshole? It's fine. I don't like you either. We're gonna play Zoraline. Zoraline. Zila, Zola, Zyla, Zula. I'm so tired. Oh, okay, I got you, Striker. I got you. I thought you were submitting a deck you wanted me to try. I was like, how do I try a draft deck? This is difficult and weird. So if I swing with Zoraline, I can only get non-land permanents back, right? I guess we probably do this. Make him discard. Alright, and then we get a clue token, and then we swing with Zoraline and drain for 1. We will not spend the 2 mana. Although eventually we probably will. Welcome to Sweet Tooth. Welcome to Twisted Metal. I just ran out of coffee anyway, Avalan. So joke's on you. No more Nectar of the Gods for this boy. I've been streaming for 23 hours. I've been up for just about 24 hours. Let's go. I have to sack something? Because of Rottenmouth Viper? No, I'll lose 4 life. That's the game you want to play? Huh? Is it? Is that the game you want to play? Okay. I'll play your game, you rogue. One, 2, 3, 4. Radical Offering. Okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. How do you feel about that? Eh? How about this? 2, 3, 4. Damn it, what else do we sack? I guess the Hostile Investigator, right? Yeah, all that is good. All that is good. Get rid of something. We'll swing. Get some triggers. Gain some life. Let's go, baby. Come on at me, Mr. Viper. I am the Viper. Come to wipe your window. Your window. Yes, your window. Yes. I give thoughts on mechanics. I also come to wipe windows. Another one? Come on, bro. 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 Just be sacking. Oh no! Oh no! Go to 1. You go to 1. It's not good. It's not good. Wait, what? Oh, it's got 3 counters now! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! I thought we had it that time. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck techs, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.